Welcome to the top 10 comic book covers for October 9th, 2024. I'm Mike Spider Slayer. This is Comic Book Corner 2.0. If you like daily comic book content, you like me helping you make decisions on what comic books to buy, you came to the right place. This is the video series where you can vote on your favorite top 10 main covers. And then we also have a segment where I showcase about 5 variant covers and you get to vote on that. So hopefully you guys enjoy this series, and if you do, make sure you hit that subscribe button. So with that being said, guys, let's get started with this week's episode. Coming in at number 10, we have Fantastic Four. This is issue 26. This is the Joshua Cassara main cover. Of course, all these top 10 are main covers, and this one had me intrigued. It almost makes me want to pick up Fantastic Four, because in this main cover you see Reed and Johnny. They're in this like chamber, right, trapped with this skeleton that's oozing blood out of its mouth, and it's filling up this room, and it's like they're about to drown in blood. Like, that's absolutely disgusting. Their facial expressions are priceless on here. This thing that's oozing its blood, like, what is that all about? So I think this one did a pretty good job at kind of like making people going, what the heck is this, right? So if you want to see this win, make sure you vote in the comments section below. Only one vote per person in the main cover section, and be descriptive of the cover. Let me know the name, if it's a main cover, and the issue number, so I know exactly what it is that you're voting for. Grabbing the number 9 spot this week, we have Marvel Zombies Dawn of Decay. This main cover is done by Jason Muir. This tells a pretty cool story, as well as you get to see Thor, who is being infected by this Groot zombie virus here, reaching for his hammer to try to get some help, to get some guidance. And as he's transforming, you get to see the zombies pursuing him in the background as well. I like the trade dress on top of it. So this one tells a really cool story, and this is a comic book that's for a younger audience. It's not really graphic or bloody or anything like that, but it is a kind of cool cover. So if you want to see it win, make sure you vote in the comments section below. For this particular comic book week, I had a tough time trying to find some outstanding top 10 main covers. So some of them might be a little bit subpar, but nevertheless, we keep going. And number 8 this week goes to The Ultimates. This is issue 5. This cover is done by Ruin. I thought this cover could be better, but it is pretty cool as we get to see the Captain America shield, and the reflection is the new Hawkeye, and he's getting ready to draw that bow and arrow, and he's going to get ready to shoot somebody, right? I thought the concept is really cool. I just thought if it was a little bit more polished, a little bit more detailed, you could really get an awesome reflection off that shield. But nevertheless, still cool concept for a cover, and if you want to see it win, make sure you vote in the comments section below. Grabbing on to that number 7 spot this week, we have Sentinels issue 1. This main cover is done by Justin Mason. What I like about this comic book cover is, yes, it has bright colors, but this is something where if I was to see it at the shop for the first time, right, and I would be like, Sentinels? They're on top of the old Sentinels, and these guys are wearing Sentinel colors. Like, is this the next generation? What is this? They got these huge guns. Kind of reminds me back of 90s comics, right? So this would pique my interest here if, I never saw this comic book before. And again, I really like how they're standing on the Sentinel head, and I want to know more about these characters. So that's why this one is on the number 7 spot and on the countdown this week. Grabbing a number 6 spot this week, we have Batman and Robin issue 14, main cover done by Javier Fernandez. Now, this is just a cool cover for me, right? It doesn't tell too much of a story, but it looks nice as you have Batman and Damian kind of just, going through their motions, patrolling maybe the city, but you don't see a city, but you do see their logos in the background. You get to see Batman with all the bats flying around. The capes are flowing, right? Cool facial expressions, nice muscle definition. Overall, cool looking comic book. Of course, we got that DC all in logo there, you know, so I think it's a pretty badass cover. If you agree, make sure you vote in the comments section below. Top 5, here we go. We have Venom War Wolverine. This is issue 2. This main cover is done by Ken Lashley. Really nice cover here as we get to see Wolverine all pissed off, probably in berserker mode over here, and he's fighting his ass off against these zombiotes. Really cool because you just get to see great muscle definition, wonderful facial expressions here, and just the zombiotes or the symbiotes, they look insane, they look deadly, they're like decayed. You get to see this moon in the background and they're in some kind of cemetery. Really great looking cover, and if this one is your favorite, you know what you got to do? That's right, you got to vote in the comment section below. Coming in at number 4, we have DC vs. Vampires World War V. This is issue 3. Didn't do that on purpose, it just happens to rhyme. This cover art is done by Otto Schmidt. Pretty cool looking cover as it looks like we have Black Adam doing battle against Damian here. Obviously, they're both vampires. Who will win? Who will lose? You got Batman there in the background. You got that cool trade dress up top. It's a nice looking cover. I just love Black Adam's facial expression there. It's just a very brutal looking cover. And, you know, if you've never read this before and you saw it on the rack, it will at least intrigue you, right? To pick it up and be like, wow, DC vs. Vampires? What is this? You know? So even though it is on an issue 3, maybe you wouldn't pick it up, but it might entice you to pick up previous issues. You never know. Pretty cool looking cover. If you want to see it win, let's vote. Top 3. We have a big one right here, and this goes to Absolute Batman. This is issue 1. This cover is done by Nick Dragotta. Now, if you were walking into the store and you never saw these images, if the internet never existed, and you saw this title on the shelf for the first time, and it was called Absolute Batman, would you pick this up? Would you be like, what the hell? What is this big, huge, hulking Batman? Right? I mean, it definitely is an intriguing cover. And I like how he's just so dominant there, so intimidating. He's got that crazy cape. You get to see Gotham in the background as well. I always thought this was a pretty cool looking cover. I know everyone's not so keen on the whole bat logo on the chest, but nevertheless, it's a pretty cool cover, and it would definitely intrigue you to buy this comic book, especially if you saw it for the first time at a comic shop. Number 2 goes to Space Ghost. This is issue 6. I know there might be an asterisk next to this one. It's done by Francisco Mantina. It is a pretty badass looking cover though, as you get to see the villain known as Moltar standing on top of Space Ghost. Now, you notice how he is like cloaked, right? And he has this device on his wristbands where he can cloak himself, but it looks like Moltar found him out and he's stomping on him, and there's like electricity coming out of him because it's short-circuiting, and you just gotta love the definition on the character Moltar. He looks great. You get Space Ghost ship in the background, volcano exploding all over the place. This is a great comic book cover. Again, there's an asterisk next to it, but if it is your favorite, make sure you vote for it. So after number 1, we are not done, as I am going to showcase 5 variant covers in no particular order, as you guys get to vote for that as well. Now, my number 1 favorite comic book cover of this week wound up getting messed up because it got pushed back a week to October 16th, but tough shit, we're gonna put it on this week anyway, because I didn't know it got pushed back a week until I started recording this video, and it would mess up this entire list. So we're just going to do it for this week. My number one favorite comic book cover of this week winds up going to Batman Full Moon issue 1. Just letting you know, it's going to be released on the 16th, but yeah, it got pushed back a week. So the cover artist here is done by Stefan Subic. Can't be Sobek. That's Sobek Subs. Subic, I think. Anyway, this video sucks now. Batman Full Moon issue 1 is a great main cover, okay? You got the werewolf there, you got Batman there, and he's like this white, shadowy character in the distance sneaking up on the werewolf, and the werewolf is all prominent there, and he's just all angry, crazy fangs, awesome freaking, eyeballs and stuff like that. I love the trade dress in here, as, the two O's represent moons. So overall, phenomenal cover, and if you want to vote, as this one is your favorite comic book cover of the week, a week early, go ahead and vote in the comment section below. So now you're entering the variant zone. That's right, guys. These are some of the awesome variant comic book covers that I came across, and I want to hear in the comments below which one is your favorite. And the first one that I picked out was, this one's awesome. Transformers issue 13, cover D, a 1 in 25, George Fornes variant. It's classic Soundwave, dude. Like, look at the way he's standing there. Look at that background. This is something totally from the 80s. The only thing that would have made this thing better is if he had a couple of his cassette decks by his side, maybe Laserbeak on his arm or something. But nevertheless, he's prominent. He's a great character, and I had to put this one on the variant side of things this week. So if you want to see it win, make sure you vote. Then we have a nice little sexy cover here with Wonder Woman, and it's DC vs. Vampires World War V issue 3. This is cover B, Kendrick Kunkuka? Oh no, Konka Lim cardstock variant. Nevertheless, I'm so sorry. Nevertheless, I like Vampire Wonder Woman all day long. I think she actually makes you continue wanting to read this series, right? But she is staying in there, all confident, holding the lasso of truth. She's just looking nice, and I can't even think. It's a great cover. If you want to vote for it, you know what you got to do. Like I said, this video is trash right now. All right, next we have Geiger. This is issue 7, cover B, Paul Pelletier and Drew Hensey variant. This is awesome because you wind up getting to see Geiger as the family man. That's what this comic has kind of been about in a weird apocalyptic way. Right? You get to see him mowing the lawn in that old school like lawnmower. You get to see Barney running around the yard, and you get to see Nuclear Nate just sitting there chilling, getting a suntan, and you got the atomic explosion in the background. Freaking classic, dude. If it's your favorite, vote for it. Okay, this is why this video sucks even more this week, because once again, the other variant that I picked was Batman Full Moon issue 1. Once again, like I said, it got delayed. So we got cover D, Steve Beach foil Virgin variant. Like, look at this cover. This is so artistically well done, as you get to see Batman, who looks like he suffered through all kinds of hell, fighting a vampire. Did I say vampire or did I say werewolf? Anyway, like I said, trash video, so messed up. Werewolf. He's fighting a werewolf, and you get to see the werewolf in the cover. The eye is represented, there with a moon, and then you got another eye there that's like all the different cycles of the moon, right? Till you get to the full moon, you get the clouds. It's a nice cover. I'm going to stop talking now. Let's move on to the next one. And I think the next one we have is the Terminator. This is issue 1. This is cover E, Alex Ross, the Icon variant. This is traditional Terminator here, in my opinion, as we get to see the Terminator, which always goes through all kinds of adversity, but still pursues its target, and you get to see it on fire, and there's all kinds of skulls beneath it. The border around it just reminds you traditional Terminator. Got the bullet holes there. Great looking cover, nice detail from Alex Ross. And if you want to see that one win variant competition, make sure you vote. All right, so finally, to end this painful video that you guys are watching today with all my mistakes and mishaps and lost of train of thought and everything, we got to get to the results of last week. And the winner for our variant cover of last week wound up going to the Deadpool John Gang variant cover. This was issue 7. Absolutely awesome looking cover. That negative space or bleed cover that's going on there. Really, really nice. And then our main cover winner winds up going to the very beautiful Mateos Mahini main cover of Storm issue 1. Gorgeous cover. Congratulations on the victor. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me if you stayed through this entire video. The ball is in your court now. It's your turn to vote in the comments section below. Remember, the more votes, the better. Adds engagement to the video, and then makes the contest that much more fun. So if you love the video, you know what you got to do. If you dislike the video, that's fine too. And if you like more content, there's more content right here for you to click on. And as always, guys, support the local comic shops. Keep buying, keep collecting, but always remember, read your comics.